Lamb, do you know what's trending in Belize right now in the news?
What's that?
Corruption.
Well, it's trending here too.
You're right.
Yeah,
All right, so over the past couple weeks or so, we've had sale of
for sure.
passports, $500,000 missing from Sports Council,
Correct.
two officials on bribery allegations,
That's true.
money missing in southern part of Belize
That's
teaching.
true. Mm-hmm.
So a lot of different, just corruption has been going on. We got to talk about it.
Just another day in Belize.
Anyway, this is Change the Narrative. We don't just talk. That's not just what we do.
Nah, man. We want to change the narrative on this whole idea that corruption is inevitable or there's nothing we can do about it. So stay tuned. Listen to some of the ideas. We came up with 5 ways to end the corruption right now, and 5 ways we as the public we can do to change that narrative as well. So
All right. Well, this is going to be lit. Let's get it.
let's do it.
All right. Much love. Again, normal house cleaning lab.
For sure.
Just letting everyone know you can continue to view us on Facebook. You can check us out at YouTube. You can view past clips and episodes as well on our website, which is www.changenarrative.com.
For sure.
And if you prefer the audio, you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast,
sure.
whichever platform.
For sure.
All right, a recap real quick. Last week we worked together along with the community to help the Dara feeding program that was about to close the doors.
Yeah, that was a beautiful experience, beautiful thing that we did. And shout out to all the people who actually supported and donated to us and to all the other folks that are running their programs.
Yes.
Man, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Every last dime that we receive will go to Mr. Dara. I will say, however, I spoke to some people directly. Some people didn't want to just do everything online. They were not comfortable doing it that way. So they decided to contact Mr. Dara directly. Some folks decided that they were going to put together a package for them
food
and do some food
groceries,
and so forth. Yeah, and send it down there directly.
Yeah.
And we also have other people from different states that are starting their own fundraiser, you know what I mean?
Which is great.
Which is great, and we want to support you guys 100%. I don't want to tell any Belizean, anyone listening to what we're saying. You can go online to Facebook, and if you don't see ours at Change the Narrative, there's, I think Mimi's doing hers on there. Support her, man, with what she's doing. It's for the same cause. We are one people. We just want this feeding program to keep going. And these kids, are being taken care of. So good job to everybody, and thanks again.
All right, excellent. So this week, corruption.
Yeah.
You got so irritated last week when you watched your prime minister give that interview.
Yeah, it wasn't that I got irritated. I just seen that same play before. It's the same movie I seen before. And it came off to me because I seen the whole act before as disingenuous, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So to me, when I was kind of glad that the reporters trying to press him a little bit and just ask him if there's something he can do right now to try to just deal with the situation right now. He throw his hands up like he didn't know what to do. He wanted to do the wait and see.
Wait and see.
You know what I mean? And to me, that's something like wait and run the clock out. You know what I'm saying? And he's looking to retire right now.
I know.
And Mr. PM, come on, man. I know you didn't want to go out like that, man. You're coming to the conclusion of your tenure. You've been in power for a long time. You don't want this to be your legacy. You know what I mean? You can't go out like this. You have nothing to lose at this point. Everything to gain.
So do something.
Do something. I mean, he could do something positive right now. And it's crazy because a lot of the corruption that are happening, he's not probably doing it directly, but the buck stopped with him.
That's right. It's his administration.
He's the prime minister, and he has the power right now to turn this thing around, get rid of some of these folks, and try to implement some of these things we're going to throw at you tonight, and let us know if you think these are reasonable or not.
All right. So I did see that he fired one of the person who was involved in the sports council.
Yeah, he fired Herman Langsworth.
Yeah,
he's was over the sports council and worked in New York, whatever. But that was kind of like, again, that's like the same thing he did for Pinner. A slap on the wrist. That's the minimum he could have done. And I saw people on reaction to it was like some were happy and some were not so happy. But my thing is, any thinking person can tell you that was the minimum he can do.
Yeah.
So since he doesn't know what to do or act like he know what to do, I think some of these suggestions that we have will can help him out.
All right. Well, you want to go ahead and get into it?
Sure. So,
all right.
So, Mr. PM, again, I hate to see you go out like this, but here are some things the red shirts can implement right now.
The red shirts?
Yeah. So.
Oh, we're not calling names right now.
Nah, it's either red shirts or blue shirts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, I got you. Red shirts. Okay.
So, and again, let's just fully disclose to the Belizean people. We are not politically affiliated. We're down the middle, or we're trying to give you an independent point of view.
That's right.
In addition to that, we also want to let you guys know that corruption is pretty much universal around the world in every country. We went ahead and we looked at the CPI, which is the Corruption Perception Index. That's the corporation that most countries use to gauge their corruption level amongst other countries.
Okay.
Belize was a part of that.
Was.
Belize got out of that back in 2008 when the blue shirts were in power. All right.
Okay. So we haven't been in it for 12 years.
For 12 years.
11, 12 years.
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty much. So when the blue shirts were in power, however, it was pretty bad. It was terrible. When the blue shirts were in power, we ranked 29 out of 100. It's like 29%.
Oh wow!
So the way they grade it is 0 to 100.
Yeah.
0 means you're
worse,
super corrupt.
Bad.
Yeah. And 100 means that you're perfect. No country got a perfect grade, so we got to disclose that.
Right.
And the average grade amongst the 180 countries was 43. Belize was at 29.
29. That
back
was
in 08.
You'd say we're more corrupt now than we were then?
It's not for me to say. You know what I'm saying? But what we can do, because I don't think we have changed much from the corruption, because at the end of the day, I don't know how you will weigh corruption.
Right.
But at this point, it's time for us to make that change, man, because it's not helping nobody out, and corruption to me is also detrimental to any society. So.
All right. So what are the ways that you have that we can start getting ourselves out of this situation?
Well, the 5 ways I want to talk about first is in response to, again, the Prime Minister saying that he doesn't know what to do in regards to this particular situation with these 2 ministers who were paid $25,000 and he put his hands up, didn't know what to do. One of the first things he should do, we already know just based on news reports who are the ministers who had contact with this individual.
All right, not saying they're the ones, but who had contact of some sort. Okay, yeah.
But we know that these people have contact with this individual.
Yes.
So the first you want to do is audit these guys. You know what I mean? Do an audit on these guys from the timeline of, they contacted that guy to now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the audit alone would find whether or not these guys were getting $25,000 a month.
That's right. Okay.
That's the first thing he can do.
Okay.
The second thing he could do, and this goes out to his entire cabinet right now, put these guys up for expedition back to the United States. If these guys are being called in cases here in the United States, send them up here to face their trial.
That's right. I hope he does that when we know who the 2 people are. I hope he doesn't try to
send them up here to face whatever judge or jury they got to face here in the United States, and go to court and defend. If they are innocent, the innocent will speak through courts.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I know he made a promise to fire them, but that's not enough.
Nah, that's
let's just put that out there, because the way he said it, it's like that's going to be the end of that story. I'm going to fire them.
No, so let me answer that question with fire. So this is the third one I want to mention. So he fired Herman Langsworth today. Mm-hmm. That situation is dealing with Sports Council.
Right.
And again, that is the minimum. That's like what he did to Penner. That's the minimum he could have did. Who knows what side deals he make with this guy before he actually fired him.
Right.
But fire this guy is the minimum he could do. That option is a 3-pronged stool in regards to the option. Okay. The first option for that is to fire. Uh-huh. The second option in that same curriculum is to recover
the money.
Mm-hmm. Put these people on a payment plan to get the money back for the country. That's theft. Mm-hmm. And the third option, face the music, jail time,
or courts.
court, or
Extradition
defend themselves.
and let them defend themselves from that.
Even in Belize, they robbing from Belize, so defend themselves in Belize court in regards to this particular case.
Got it.
So, fire, get back the money. You know what I'm saying? Put them on a payment plan, or if they cannot make the payment plan, we liquidate their assets.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Liquidate their assets.
Like, we mean business.
And if they cannot do that, then we gonna lock them up.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, you start locking up a couple of these guys, oh, they're gonna get the message real fast.
Accountability, man.
Oh yeah, accountability. And what they also need to do right now, since he's going out, have these guys sign a disclosure saying that all their cabinet members or his red shirt members disclose their tax returns from when they got into power up until now.
Okay.
If you can track their tax returns and how much they acquire since they've been in
Follow
power,
the money. Yeah.
you will find out that a lot of scamming has been going on throughout the entire tenure.
Yeah.
If he's really serious about dealing with corruption.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So get their tax return and get all the assets added up from when they started until now. That's something you can do pretty easily. And based on that information, have them answer for any irregularities that you're seeing in regards to these people's finances.
Okay.
And the last option is they could do this right now. They could create within the police department a white collar unit that just focus only on fraud, embezzlement,
White collar crime.
white collar crimes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You don't need a whole big unit. You just need about 7 to 8 guys. That's their job. And give these guys the power to prosecute. You know what I mean? Because what's going on is a lot of these ministers, you can't prosecute them because they are lawmakers. They are the boss of the police officers.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of police officers don't want to touch them. They think they're untouchable because they're liable to get fired.
Yeah.
So if you give these people the opportunity or the ability to, prosecute and get information, it will turn this thing around.
All right. So that's 5 ways right off the bat that the PM can
do that right now.
Deal with the current situation right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in addition to the current situation, our entire country has a corruption problem overall.
Yeah, I mean, this also goes to this is for the blue shirts, because the blue shirts, they're kind of basking in this moment. They kind of this man defeat is their gain, and this
you got a lot to say right now.
Yeah, this matter is not a joking game, because at the end of the day, Belize is losing. Belize in general, Belizeans are losing. So I don't see how they think this is beneficial for them, especially when I look at their cabinet, their side of the house,
their track record.
Yeah. AKA Sai Musa.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they think we forgot BTL fiasco.
The promissory note?
Or they think we forgot Universal Health Center, whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
The Belize guarantee to a hospital that none of us use. Like, who gave him the permission to be king?
Right.
Like, he making these like Belize is his personal account. I actually saw that guy in the cabinet. I was like, he's still there. How is he not in jail?
Nope. Because we don't do that in Belize. No one's in jail.
And that is sad, man.
Yeah, it's a travesty. Honestly.
That is sad. You know what I'm saying? So for the blue shirts now, you got some questionable members too now.
Stop pointing those fingers, man.
If you are serious about corruption as well, this is something that I think we all should try to do.
All right.
Everybody. So here are the 5 things Belize can do to try to mitigate corruption.
Okay.
The first thing you want to do as Belize is to create an independent oversight committee. it could either be the senators, but if it is the senators, these senators have to be appointed by the country of Belize, meaning that they got to be voted in.
Okay.
And they got to be completely independent from all parties. And by having an oversight committee, their entire job is to follow the money.
Gotcha.
It's to follow the money. Every last dime that goes to any department, their job is to track the money and to make sure the money is being used for whatever purpose it was supposed to be used for.
That makes a lot of sense.
So
we don't have any of that right now.
We don't have that right now.
Like that?
And all we need to get that done is against about 10 people,
Mm-hmm.
10 knowledgeable people, and we need the Prime Minister and the government of Belize to vote on it, put it in legislation, and give these people the power to be the oversight.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And once they find any irregularities, then they have the opportunity and the ability to prosecute and to recover that money.
Got it. Okay.
You understand? So that's one of the first things they can do. The other things that once this body is being formed, allow random audits amongst all departments. So don't let them know when you're going to do the audit.
Okay.
But an audit is random, and do it every 90 to 180 days.
So it's like a drug test for sports athletes, right?
But it's,
You always got to just stay clean because you never know when you're going to be tested.
That's right.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes a lot of sense.
And once you do the audit now, whoever is the head of that department will be fully responsible for anything that's illegal within that department. So if you are the head of whatever department, head of health,
education, sports,
whatever, finance, whatever. If you cannot have full account of the Belizean public's money, then you'll be prosecuted.
Accountability. Okay.
Most definitely.
All right.
And the third thing to me is the one that I think is most important. This is what the public should do.
Okay.
The public and the government of Belize, all government officials, should stop the pay to vote scheme.
You mean
to be over with.
The petty corruption where they give you $50.
I give you 50. I give you 100. You come out
or
and
do
vote.
some type of little good.
Exactly.
For them right before election.
Exactly.
How do you stop that though, Clint?
That has to stop. It has to stop because for one, the money that you're getting is the public's money.
Yeah.
It's not these politicians' money. They're not going into their personal pocket and giving you money.
Right.
They're giving you money that's for
that should be used. That has some other purpose.
That's theft.
Right. You're taking money out of somebody or some good
means,
cause.
That means
is
the
not
school
getting done.
is not getting done. Like right now, Dollars Feeding Program need money right now. They can't find money to give this man because they're this person just stole $500,000. So we got to stop the pay for vote scheme, and it makes the election irregular. It's not a fair election.
That's true.
It's an illegal form of winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the public need to stop doing that.
We have to stop accepting that. And
some people are pursuing it and accepting it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In order for you to vote for me, you got to give me something.
And that needs to stop.
Yeah.
And that across the board, that needs to stop.
Yeah, because as the public, we have that responsibility too, and we have to acknowledge that.
Right.
We might not even see that as corruption. If you ask the little guy who's trying to get $50 for a vote, they're going to tell you that's not corruption.
Right.
I'm not responsible for that.
Right.
But in a way, it is petty corruption.
And the fourth thing that they need to do is have a national database within the government that keeps track of everyone's signature, every last dollar, the last dollar that's handed out. Keep track where these contracts is going to, how these contracts are being awarded, who are getting these, that's just how this money is being dispersed. Have a database that is accessible for both parties, the red shirts and the blue shirts. They have the accessibility to see where this money is going, rather than, it's a hookup thing where my buddy is doing this and, then the money is gone and this one could blame that one. No. We have an accountability, and the last man that signed off on that, You're going to jail. The man above you is going to jail for any money that is missing.
Okay.
It's simple accountability. It's
Yeah,
not your money.
It's kind of like how we handle our business.
And that's how the banks work too. Like,
yeah.
you know, I mean, if you handle people's money, and again, this money is the Belize public's money.
Yeah.
This is not their personal money.
No, it's not.
So,
no, it's not.
We got to, hold them accountable to that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And the last one that I have here, man, is pretty simple. You know what I mean? The last one that I have here is for, again, like I stated before, whoever is head of any of these departments will and is liable.
Agreed.
So, like we mentioned before, what Mr. Barr should do right now, that applies here too. There will be fire. There will be recovery.
Yep.
So we will pursue you, put you on a payment plan, or willing to liquefy whatever assets you got. And if you cannot, you can defend yourself in the court. Jail time.
That's right.
And the thing I want to add to that is we want to ban these people from running from office or working in any capacity for the government of Belize once you're caught doing any kind of corrupted activity.
Ban them for how long?
Ban them forever.
Okay. So you're disbarred, basically.
Ban means ban. You cannot be trusted around the public's purse.
That's right.
You're a crook.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
true.
Not only that you're banned from running for office or any sort of office, but you cannot get any government contracts. You cannot work for the government in any kind of capacity. Anything. Ban them. Completely.
I'm with that.
You know what I'm saying? And once we implement these things right now, and people are actually going to jail, they're losing their jobs, they got to make repayments, you know what I mean? I guarantee corruption will turn around in a skippy.
The question is, do they want to do that?
That's not for me to say. But here in the United States, you know what we do here? We trust but verify. And for Belize,
sure.
And for Belize for the longest, we've been operating under this belief that if a person sounds good on TV and says it good, that's how it is. But that's never how it is.
Right.
We got to put some meat behind the bones and hold these people accountable. And none of these guys want to hold themselves accountable. Not the red shirts or the blue shirts. You know what I'm saying?
They want to hold each other.
Exactly. They want to go in front of the cabinet and yell at each other like cats and dogs, and they think that looks good. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't make sense to me, man. Like, these are grown men acting like that. You guys can fix these problems if y'all wanted to. You guys are smart. And again, these guys are smart. So we don't disrespect none of these guys and think they don't know what's going on.
The amount of stuff they get away with.
Yeah,
they're smart.
They're smart guys.
They know how the system works. They know how to get around it. They definitely know what they're
smart and know what they're
doing.
doing. So they don't want to fix the problem. So we just putting out 5 ways right now that they can fix this problem. And if you need me to repeat it, I can repeat it again. The first one is start a independent commission that gives oversight over all finance.
Yep.
They can also do random audits amongst all departments.
Yep.
They can end the pay for vote scheme, which has been going on since the inception of Belize. Right or wrong?
Right.
Yep. They can also keep records, have a general database for both sides to have access to see where in each dollar it's going to.
Yep.
And again, the accountability department will also ensure that the numbers are accurate. And if we, catch any one of these guys in any kind of illegal activity, we will recover, prosecute, and fire.
That's right.
And the last thing, we will ban them from any form of government activity in any capacity, or from working or receiving any kind of funds from the government.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
All right. There you go, Mr. PM. You have some suggestions.
Sure.
All right, but
Mr.
don't
Blue
throw your
Shirt
hand
too.
up. And Mr. Blue
The
Shirt.
blue shirts too, because the blue
Them
shirts, like
too.
I said, they think it's a game, or they think, well, because of the situation at hand, they're trying to kick this man while he's down. And at the end of the day, we're not on nobody's side. We just want to come up with solutions to fix the problem in itself.
That's right.
So, I don't want no misconception in regards to what side of the fence we stand. We stand in the middle, no side. You know what I'm saying?
We're on Belize side.
Exactly.
That's who we represent.
And again, if they are serious about fixing these issues, it's very straightforward.
Yeah.
But let's see which one of these governments will
Actually
take up
do
the challenge.
something.
We challenge them to do it.
Yeah.
I
Do
mean,
something. If we can sit here and come up with these solutions,
Yeah.
they're so smart. You're telling me they don't know what to do? That's the reason I asked the question, do they want to do anything?
Man, it's not, and again, it's not about that. Let's just raise the bar now, man. Those days are over with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's over with. We haven't gotten nowhere. You know what I mean? Like I said, BTL fiasco has crippled Belize.
Mm-hmm.
We have borrowed more money to try and deal with that. The whole banking situation, or the medical,
the
healthcare situation, that's been a killer for us, because how are we going?
And there's more that we're just not thinking about right now.
Passport situation. I could go on and on and on. You know what I mean? So we have the ability to change the trajectory of the country, man. Let's just go ahead and do it.
And our people just need to get up and let their voices be heard. We can't be the only ones here trying to challenge the government to do better.
You know, so crazy you say that. The people themselves, they feel as if there's nothing they can do. They feel hopeless.
No.
That's how beat down the system I have these people. Because the minute they say something, these guys are so vindictive that they will see that these people are fired or being harmed in any kind of way. This is how these guys been operating.
And that's how they control
the
population.
Yeah, they control.
That's a form of control.
It's a form of control. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we got to be the ones to call them out, highlight what they're doing, and we got to be the ones also to encourage the people to do what's right. Because at the end of the day, there is a right way of doing things.
That's
and
right.
What we've been doing for the last 30 years, 38 years, is definitely the wrong way.
Right. All right. This is Change the Narrative. We do it our way, and this is our time. You be empowered. Go change the narrative. That's our show for tonight. This is Kim signing off.
Peace.